Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tenacious Baseball on the Tabletop Baseball channel. I am your host, Tenacious Earl, and we will play Game 3 of the series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees tied this series up at 1 in their most recent game, defeating the Pirates and putting the Pirates down for the first time this season. So the rubber match will feature Francisco Liriano for the Pirates, matching up against Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees. And one note, I need to start doing this before all my games. So I had a game there recently that I tried to do the weather effects. I was doing them on camera. What I'm finding out is if I want to do any kind of rain out, I need to do it ahead of the game. Well, I ended up doing it ahead of the game, and I ended up with a rain out. So this, since both teams were off the following day from this game, they are playing this now on what is May 8th instead of May 7th. If you were to look at the original schedule, they were supposed to play on May 7th. Just going to move the game forward one. And so it's a day game. The weather is cleared. It's really nice here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. So it's going to be flying out of here for lefties. And singles, not so much, but let's take a look at the lineups. Wondering, might be the second loss here for the Pirates, but we'll have to see. So because both teams had the day off yesterday, the lineups are full strength. Pittsburgh does not have Gregory Polanco, so that's the one trouble spot for them. But let's go through the lineup here real quick. Josh Harrison leading off at second, Matt Joyce in right, Starling Marte in left, John Jaso at first, Andrew McCutchen, the center fielder, David Freese at third, Francisco Cervelli catching, Jordy Mercer shortstop, and pitching Francisco Liriano. He's a lefty. We'll see if that helps the Pirates at all, having a lefty going, because if you can't see it here, I'll bring it to view. The ballpark effects, because it's a good weather day, 20 for lefties. So any ballpark home run is gone. 17 for righties. So still, that's an 85% chance, and 4s on the singles. So that will be a little less advantageous for either team. I'm glad that I was able to finish up after Baseball Demos got his game in. I knew he was going to be playing a game, so I believe Tabletop Baseball, Tabletop Earl, I think he is off for the night. So anyway, hi Espo, hi Larry. We will see if the Pirates can take it to the Yankees here. So righty versus righty to start the game. Josh Harrison against Tanaka. And that is going to be a ground ball to short. That'll be Didi Gregorius, 3E10. And a 3 and a 2. That is going to be a single. And it's just a matter of whether there's an error. I don't think so. He's an E10 and a 13. I'm sure Espo has all this stuff memorized already, but that would be a two-base single, or two-base advance on that single if it was. So Matt Joyce. Oh, I forgot to do the calculations here. Tanaka -1+, so that's a 0 hold factor. Liriano, he is +2, and Cervelli +1, so the Yankees can run today a little bit. They will be looking to run, probably. Matt Joyce. Let's see, so 0. Harrison will try to get a lead here. 4 or 6. 7, so it does not get a good lead on that. He'd be a 1 to 10 chance without 1 to 8 without the good lead because they're holding him on. 1 to 8. But Matt Joyce will go here, the lefty. And against a lefty, that is a ground ball to first base. He will beat out the relay from second, though. So 3-6, fielder's choice. And that's one out. Marte. Now we got to change here. Again, they're not going to hold Matt Joyce on. Here is Marte. And a 1 on the pitcher's roll means we check wild pitch. 1-8 for Tanaka would move the runner up. No wild pitch. We will continue the at-bat. And 6-8 against a righty strikes him out. Much different. That would have been a single. Would have been a single without that 1, but that havoc-wreaking die wreaks some havoc. And here is John Jaso. 2 outs. And that's a ground ball to first. It will end the inning. He's going to take it straight to the bag. And Tanaka suffers no harm from the leadoff single. And I haven't written in here my team abbreviations yet, so shame on me. 0-0, going to go to the bottom of the first. I suppose, I guess that's the having them memorized. That's how he plays one of these super advanced games so quickly. It's a little secret, I'm sure. Maybe one day I will be able to capture those in my memory, but I might have to lose something such as my knowledge of Steely Dan and things like that. Anyway, for the Yankees, Jacoby Ellsbury leading off in center. We have Starlin Castro batting second again, playing second base. Carlos Beltran in right. Mark Teixeira first base. Didi Gregorius shortstop. Brian McCann back from injury, catching. Chase Headley third base. Brett Gardner left. And Tanaka rounding out the order, batting ninth. And they'll go against the lefty, Francisco Liriano. And that is a ground ball to first. And that will be, we'll say he handles that himself. That is Jaso. That's 1 out. Let me get the card there all the way in view. It keeps sliding down. So I didn't answer everybody else. Hi, Steve. Hi, Ryan. And we'll see if we get any more interesting interlopers in the room here this time. We've had a couple here. We've had a couple when the Yankees were on. So we'll see if that comes back to say hello again. Well, anyway, against a righty, yeah, that's a walk. Liriano walks Castro. So they will not hold on Castro. Here is Beltran. And 4-6, he's batting from the right. That's a strikeout. Could try to get a lead there with Castro, but it just is not very likely. We're going to play it straight up here. Teixeira. And 6-7, he's batting from the right as well. Another walk, so that moves Castro up to second base. So Liriano making this a little more difficult than it ought to be, but then again, that's so far in this season it's been his modus operandi. Here's Didi Gregorius. And that is a single to left. And Castro, left fielder Marte, a -4 arms. So Castro was not being held on. That makes him takes him up to 15, and then there's 2 out, or no, it takes him to 14, but then 2 outs makes it 16. -4, 1-12. With McCann coming up, lefty. They're going to send him 1-12. He scores. And he does. In comes Castro. Everybody's going to move up a bag on the fielder's choice. So 1-0. Brian McCann. still 2 outs. And batting from the left, 3-4, a walk. 6-4, excuse me. A walk. Loads the bases. Chase Headley. Batting from the right side. Let's see what happens. This has the potential for a big inning for Liriano. I think whoa. Did I blow that? Did I blow that? Did I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing? Well, let's finish off this inning here. From the right side, Chase Headley, 5-8. It's a strikeout. I cannot remember what the roll was, so let's put a 0 here and let me think about this for a second. Was an X chance for sure. And it was Harrison, so he's batting from the right. Yeah. You know what? That's a good point. Can't remember if it was 5-8 or 4-9. Oh, I know exactly. I know what you're talking about exactly, because it was a single based on the way I rolled it out. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking it was 4-9, and I think that you're right, which means that Harrison would have been out because it was Gregorius and not because it was a shortstop X if it was 4-9. And I did say Gregorius, which makes me think that it probably was a shortstop X, which means I'm going to correct this, and that means that we're going to get rid of these guys for now. This will end the inning. This will be a 6-3. And this will be a B, we'll call it a U3 there and there. So, doesn't affect the score, but it will affect the... Well, for one thing, Tanaka has not given up a hit yet, but let's keep moving here. We'll give Jaso a chance to roll it out. Well, it is, but, you know, it changes the dynamics of things, potentially. That's a ground ball to short. Gregorius makes the play. Yeah, that was a quick... I think it might have partly been because I was going to start the game without Gregorius, thinking against a lefty. I thought about using Torres at second, moving Castro to short, and I think it just... And I played so much last season with Castro at short and Addison Russell at second with the Cubs that it was a sort of a... I don't know. I gravitated to the second base. I don't know. It was just... That's okay. Strikeout. Just a mistake. I've made my share of them, and I'm going to make more of them. So, against a righty, 5-3 ground ball to Tanaka. Tanaka, good fielder. A lot of Yankees are good fielders. 1E7. And that's a 7-7. I think that will be just peachy keen. Just want to verify this. It's the 7. Yeah, 1-3. So, 1.5. Still no score. Didi has more hit opportunities against left-handed pitchers. Where does card go? So Brett Gardner, 6'10". Liriano, a 1 injury, so 6'12 is a problem for him. Against a lefty, 6'10". Ballpark single, need a 1-4 to get that one with the weather effects. And that'll be a line out to Josh Harrison, and that'll bring up Tanaka. Finish out the order here. Number 1 pitcher sitting card, and that's a ground ball to first on the 2-9. And Ellsbury with 2 outs, nobody aboard. Against a lefty, 5'10", ground ball to short. That's Jordy Mercer. Maybe that's why. I might have looked down here, 3E10. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm going to quit trying to justify it. And it's a 2, so that will be a hit. 2-out hit for Ellsbury, and that's going to give him a chance to score. Or not score, but to steal. He's going to try to get a lead here. 12. So he gets the good lead. Liriano +3 makes him 19. Being held on -2, 1-17. So 1-17, and Ellsbury will take second. And he is caught stealing to end the inning. Great arm there from Cervelli this time. Not a good one in general, but so Castro, that'll be 2-4. Still no score. That is a kind of a wacky roll there, but at least it wasn't one of their ballpark home run chances, maybe. If that had happened, then... So, it's going to be Tanaka against Cervelli. Strikes out. Jordy Mercer. 6-5 against a righty. 1-6 home run off Tanaka. 30% chance. And I should know the ballpark dimensions, and I don't. Actually, it's kind of nice the Strat game has it in there, but let's take a look. I'm sure... Let's see, Yankee Stadium 2. This is, what, right field? Right field 8. So, yeah, so we do the... oh, man. Excuse me, my phone was not plugged in. I can't tell if everything is okay with it. I can't tell if it's charging or not. I can't tell if it's charging. Well, anyway, give me a second here. It's going to be a robbing chance. kid has to play this game on his Kindle that he cannot play himself, which is pretty... He's constantly asking for help with this thing. So, anyway, where were we? We were normal home run to left field for Mercer. It was on the high mark of the fielder's range, or the caught range, which means that we go to robbing center fielder. Right? First number in flyout range is the center fielder. Center fielder is Ellsbury. He's a 2. So that means a 1-7 is a home run, 8-20 is a flyout. So we re-roll it here, and it is caught. And that'll be the second out. So leaps and grabs it. 2 outs. Let me get the game back, or the chat screen, so I can see. And Liriano, with nobody on and 2 outs, got hitting card number 8. Tanaka's a 1 injury, 6'10". He is batting from the left, 6'10". Fly ball to center. Ellsbury again. Keeping your mouth shut from now on. The finite number of infinity. Wow, nice. Well, 2E4. 2 and an 8 will be, he'll get there, and then 16 on the E4. 16 E4. That is a 2-base error. So E8 there on Ellsbury extends the inning. I really wish these games could play quicker, but between the interruptions that I get and just I'm still catching things here. Fly ball to left, that will end the inning, so the error does not hurt Tanaka at all. It does break up one aspect, but I won't mention anything about that yet. He can mention that to Ellsbury after the game if certain conditions are met here. So, bottom of the third, Castro against Liriano. 2-6, 1-4 single. That will be a line out to third. 1 out. Hey, Espo, you look at my bottom of the first. Oh! For crying out loud. What am I doing? Maybe I shouldn't have played this game today. It's been one of those kind of days. It's 1-0. Yeah, they scored. I'm sorry, guys. I think I probably should have just left the thing in its case for today. That's a ballpark home run. Beltran hitting from the right side. 1-17. They already got burned on a 1-17 already, but they make it this time. That's a home run. 2-0. So make double check here. 6-3. Liriano does give up the ballpark home run, and it is now 2-0. Thank you, Larry Harris, for correcting me. Somehow I having some brain farts here tonight. Single. Maybe I have some brain farts most nights. I don't know. So here is Gregorius now with Teixeira at first, not being held on. Just dropped one of the dice here. 2 on the D20. We check for balk or passed ball chances. Potential passed ball. That'll be a 1-3. No passed ball. So we go back and do Gregorius again. 4-3 against the lefty. Fly ball to right. That's Matt Joyce, 4E2. 14 and 16. 4 and 14 is a fly ball. E2 16, another error, 2-base error. E9. Teams are, for a nice day here, maybe the sun's just getting in their eyes and they're misplaying the ball or something, but this one might cost the Pirates. The one didn't cost the Yankees there too much, but this one might. Brian McCann, second and third. One away, one run across already. That is a 4-9 against a lefty. Ground ball to second base. They would be playing back to get outs right now. That will, let's see, second and third, one out. Second and third, ground ball A, hit the second base, batter out, runners advances. Yep. So, just making sure that was my inclination. But, so another run in to share scores, and it is now 3-0. And here's Chase Headley with a runner at third. 3-9, and it's a ground ball to short, and Mercer will throw to first. But 2 runs, and the error is costly there. 3-0. Now, if someone's going to accuse me of rigging a game, they should do that with the Yankees. You could definitely say, "Gee, Earl, you might have been trying to do something there," because they're not one of my favorite teams. But that being said, I'm not going to do that anyway. Let me check here. What's going on? Let's see. All right. 6-5 against a lefty. And might be a home run here for Matt Joyce. Does it have enough? He needs 1-9. It is gone. Leadoff home run. It's going to pull it back 1. 3-1. That's a start for these Pirates. Against a righty 4-4. Ballpark single chance 1-4. Need a low roll. Need a real low roll. And it's not going to come. Line out to the shortstop. Gregorius. I'm not going to forget that one. Jaso. 4-11 against the lefty. Ground ball to second. Oh, by the way, this was the first hit off of Tanaka. So, 1 hit, 1 run. Andrew McCutchen against a righty, strikes him out after the top of the 4th. It is 3-1. Yankees looking to pull even with the Pirates. Pirates would drop to 4-2 if this score holds. The Yankees would rise up to that point. So here is, it's going to be Gardner, Tanaka, and Ellsbury against Liriano. Against a lefty, 6-3. Ballpark home run, lefty, but he's a weak power hitter against both sides, so that will be a single for Gardner. Liriano catches a break there. There's a lot of other hitters that would have been toast. Tanaka, D. Bunter. He's still going to try to get the runner over. They're going to play in. That's going to make it an E. E8. E8 on the sacrifice. Makes it 1-2. He'll go ahead and bunt again. 3. E3. And the sacrifice is good. And that'll be a 3-4. Runner advances. So back to Ellsbury. He is 1 for 2. Runner at second here with 1 out. Against the lefty, 5-11. A ground ball to first. Jaso 4E10. He is not involved in the runner at all here. So 4E10. 4-4. That could be trouble. Don't need the outfield chart. We need the infield chart. 4-4 is a single 2 stars. That will score Gardner. 10 won't be an issue. But he will score. RBI for Ellsbury. 4-1. And Ellsbury with 1 out, they're going to try hitting and running here. Actually, no. We'll have Ellsbury try to get a stolen base. He tried earlier and got thrown out on the base paths. He won't get a good lead this time, but we'll wait. There's a 2. That's a potential balk. Liriano does not balk, so no good lead for Ellsbury. They are holding him on. That would be a 1-11 chance. They're going to go ahead and do the hit and run. B hit and run. 1 on the D20. So we got a couple of those right here. We got to check for, again, balk, no balk. So but that wipes out the D20 there. So here we go. Again, the hit and run. And that is off the hit and run chart. 6. B6 is a ground ball to second base. C. So that moves the runner up. Beltran now with 2 outs. To 7, 1-11 would be a single. That won't score the run, though. And that is a single for Beltran. He is now 2 for 3. Ellsbury stops at third. And let's see, Liriano has, well, he's a 5th inning starter, so he hasn't reached his point of weakness. But man, he is running on fumes here. They're going to give him a chance to get out of this inning with Teixeira. 1st and 3rd. Beltran, not much reason to hold him or to try and get him a lead. 1-4. Uh-oh. 1-13. Stays in the park. It's going to be a double. And that's going to score Ellsbury for sure. And it's going to mean the end of Liriano's day here. Beltran 1-10, not being held on. 1-11, 2 outs. 1-13. Center field is a 0. 1-13. They'll send him, and he makes it. Moves up on the fielder's choice. That's going to be it for Liriano. Being shown the door, and let's figure out where Pittsburgh's going to go with this. We're going to go with, let's see, they got Gregorius, so they got a lefty. They're going to go with Kyle Lobstein here, or Lobstein. Probably Lobstein. I always want to say it. And I think someone even corrected me last time, or even last season when he pitched for the Tigers. Minus, let me see something. -1 plus, so it's 0. Let's see. Let's check his injury rating. It's a 1 as well. So, all right, well, and he will. You don't need to. Boy, what am I going to do here? Probably should have brought in a single inning starter and get him through this inning and hope that they would be pinch hit for. Because now I kind of have to feel like I have to make a double switch here. I will. Because I would want Lobstein to pitch. So it'll be Jaso that... So it's going to be Sean Rodriguez coming in here at the 9-hole. He's going to play first base, and it's in the 4th inning. And he is a 2E8, so I'm going to clean up the corner there a bit, but all right, so out comes Jaso. They're going to lose a left-handed bat out of this lineup, but let's apologies. This is where it kind of takes longer when you play with the pitchers hitting. All right, so let's count these up here. They had 3 going in. They get another 3, so it's 6-1. Liriano's been chased. It's going to be Lobstein here against, get that in the shot, against Gregorius, trying to get out of this inning. There's Teixeira. He already got the double in the fielder's choice. Gregorius, 1-6, and how about that? Can't buy a break here, these Pirates. They got their breaks against, I think it was San Diego. That's going to score a run, and they bring in a pitcher for Gregorius, and he finds his magic 1 column. 7-1. They're not going to hold him. He's going to try to get a lead here. Needs a 4 and gets a 7, so that will not be a good lead. Lobstein a little better at holding runners on than Liriano. Here's McCann. 5-6 against a lefty and a walk. And the Yankees have batted around. Here's Chase Headley batting from the right side, and it's going to be 4-12 batting from the right. Ballpark home run. Chase Headley batting from the right, 1-17. This could get really ugly. It is gone. 3-run homer for Chase Headley. And we got some crooked numbers here in this particular game day. Woohoo! Yankees are popping the ball here against these Pirates. Their pitching has not been very good. And 2 outs. Brett Gardner comes to the plate with nobody on. And he's the 10th batter of the inning, a 3-12. Hit by pitch. I'll tell you what, Lobstein is fuming. And he just completely takes the helmet off of Brett Gardner, and he may be hurt here. And he is hurt, so that's going to hurt the Yankees a bit. We're going to need a pinch runner, so let's we'll get Aaron Hicks out there to run for him. I'm going to put pinch runner, and then I'll worry about the position later. Yeah. He's a 14 runner, And so let's get him out of there. Oops, wrong pile. So it's going to be Tanaka with Hicks at first. So it is now, what did they put up there? An 8 spot? 7 spot. 7, so that's 10 to 1. And they could try stealing here with Hicks, but they're gonna stay tight. They already got beaned once, and they don't want to have it happen again. So Lobstein, whatever it is, 5-7. Tanaka batting from the right side, 5-7, a walk. And again, some more interruptions to make the day a little brighter. Jacoby Ellsbury, 6-9 against a lefty. Strikes him out. That will finish the fourth. Long inning. Good inning for the Yankees. 10-1. Let me check and see what this is about.
Quickly do this.
10-1. And once you get to the bullpen, the games slow down even more. So let's see what happens here. David Freese, 2-6, a single. Maybe the Pirates won't go quietly into this night here. Cervelli, Freese is not going anywhere. Lobstein, okay. Lobstein. 2-6, 1-3 homer. Any chance that Cervelli can get some luck here and help out these? No way. That's a fly ball to left, and that'll be 1 out. Jordy Mercer, 6-9 against a righty. That's a walk, so Tanaka's starting to labor just a little bit here. Sean Rodriguez, first and second. He's gonna try and see if he can bash this one out of the park. That's a 2-8. But a 1 on the D20 messes up a single. So we check, and it's 1-8 for Tanaka. 5 means it's going to be a wild pitch. So Rodriguez continues his at bat. 6-10 against a righty. Fly ball to center field. Might get another run home on this. Ellsbury, 2-4. 2-15. No problem getting to it. And an 11, I don't think there's going to be any problem with catching. But let's see what the 2-15. F2, that's going to be a sacrifice fly for Rodriguez. In comes Freese, and the runner at second will have to remain. 2 outs, 10-2. Josh Harrison. Mercer still at second. Hey, Jeremy. Unfortunately, you're tuning in for a game that is, that's a foul out to the catcher. It's kind of gotten out of hand here a bit. 10-2. They do pick up a run. They've gotten runs in each of these 2 innings, but they need to pick up the pace if they want to catch these Yankees. Lobstein will stay in the game. We will keep going from here. That's how I do it, to try and conserve some space. Starlin Castro, 4-7 against a righty. Ground ball to short. fifth here, just so that way I know. So that's one out. Carlos Beltran, 410, batting from the right side. Ground ball to short again. Lobstein finally gets some love here from the dice. And another 4-7 against a righty will be another ground ball. So after having his troubles getting out of that position they were in there in the fourth, in the fifth he goes 1-2-3. But it's still a 10-2 lead for the Yanks. So Tanaka will face Joyce, Marte in the pitcher spot. That was... oh no. There's just a post in one of the Facebook groups about this, dropping a die. There you are. There you are, you little worm. It's like a worm. It wants to crawl into all these hidey holes and get out of the... So there's a 5-7 against a lefty. 5-7, there you go. That's a leadoff single at least. This is Tanaka's ending a weakness as well, so we will just have to keep an eye on that. Starling Marte, let's see, Joyce, not much of a runner. Marte, it's a 1. That was a 3-11. Good time for the 1 to show up there. Potential wild pitch, 1-8 again. 11, so no wild pitch, but Marte gets some second life here. 4-9 against a righty. Ground ball to Gregorius. We will make sure we get it right this time. 1-16. 1-2. Gregorius is... So they weren't holding on Joyce. So that... with Marte at the plate, he wouldn't have been responsible for Joyce anyway, even if they were holding him on. So a 1 and a 2 is a G2. And the 10 won't be a problem. But that will be a fielder's choice. 6-4. Marte beats out the relay throw. They will go to their bench and that's kind of strange. What did I do? Oh, that's why I put Jaso in the wrong pile. I'm like, why do I have... I don't have 5 batters available to me. It's because I put Jaso in the wrong pile. Boy. Against a righty, they will go with Cole Figueroa. Man, they are not in good shape without Polanco. That makes their bench look a lot worse. Pinch hit in the 6th inning. And he is a 1-13. So this guy, he is more or less hoping for a left side against Tanaka's card roll, because as you can see, his right side here is pretty rough. So let's see. Could try bunting, but that wastes an out. Could try getting Marte a lead. That's probably worth it. Tanaka 0 hold. 2-6. Or a 12. And, oh boy, and the 1 on the D20. And actually, that's not a 12. That's a 10. I'm sorry. But that was a 1. So, potential balk. 1-15. Or not. Potential pickoff. 1-15. He would be he would be back in safe, and he gets a 2, so he is back in safe. But he does not get a good lead. And with 1 out, and they're holding him on, that'd be 1-11. So let's just go ahead and roll out with Figueroa here, see what happens. And a 3 and a 1. Boy, the ones are coming up like gangbusters here. How about that? Wild pitch, 1-8. 17, no wild pitch. 5-10 against a lefty. Ground ball to third base, X. Chase Headley, 2E12. 2E12, so a 2 and a 15 is a G1. And a 16 on the E12 is a 2-base error. So that's going to make second and third with 1 out. E5, Headley throws the ball away. Had a glut of errors here recently. So Figueroa breaches, brings up Andrew McCutchen. And have to start thinking about Tanaka coming out of this game maybe, but they do have an 8-run lead. 6-5 against a righty. 1-6 normal home run. This could change the ball game here. This would be quite a development. 1-6. Does it have enough? No, it does not. That will be a fly ball to left. But it will be deep enough for the sacrifice. In score comes Marte, and that is now 10-3. Figueroa hangs out at second. So David Freese. And so 2 outs now. 4-5 against a righty. Fly ball to right. That will bring us to the middle of the 6th. They do get another run. They've scored runs in consecutive innings, but unless, like I said, if they keep scoring singlets, they're not going to get there. 10-3. Lobstein has to be brought out because he was pinch hit for. So they will put Archimedes Caminero so +2 Caminero. He's going to be hitting. He'll be in the in JSO spot again, the 4th place in the order. Caminero is a 2 injury guy. Haven't had too many injuries come up here lately. It's both nice and makes me wonder if I'm missing some. So Liriano went 3 and 3 2/3. And he faced 22. Lobstein went 1, so 1 1/3. He faced 1, 2, 3, and 6, 9. So here we go here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Caminero will go up against Gregorius here. And I didn't put the pitcher's card into the requisite spot here in front of McCutchen, so that way I don't miss it. Gregorius against Caminero, 10-3, bottom of the 6th, and a 1-11, ground ball to first base. He underhands it to Caminero covering, and that'll be 1 out. Brian McCann against a lefty, 6-5, ground ball to short. Jordy Mercer, 3-10. 3 and 3 is going to be a single. I need to get one of these charts made where I can put it right behind things, but that'll be a single, and McCann reaches. Maybe everybody, could be everybody has a hit at this point. Chase Headley went yard his last time up, 6-9 against a lefty. Oh boy, he is on fire now. He is on fire. 1-9, a triple. And he had one triple last year. He'll get another one here. Into score comes McCann. And the Yankees make it 11-3. Caminero gets shellacked here again. None of the Pittsburgh pitching has shown up here. Let's see. 2 means potential passed ball or balk. No balk rating for Caminero, so we disregard that now. Aaron Hicks, 6-6 against a lefty. Ground ball to first base. B. Infield. Guess they have to. I mean, they have to play the infield in at this point. I would have to guess. I mean, they're just trying to keep. So let's see. It was first base B with the infield in, runner at third. 5. If hit the first, the second, batter out. Otherwise, runners advance. Otherwise, the batter out, runners hold. So that will keep. Say U3. He runs over and steps on the bag, and so here is Tanaka. They will. They'll let him go. So runner at third, 2 outs. If they pinch hit here, they might get the guy scoring. Let's see. Against a righty, 4-6, 1-9 single. They might score the run anyway. But they don't. Ground ball to third. So that's that. They do get another run. Tacking them on here, going to the 7th inning. Tanaka will be back out. I think this will be his last inning pitching, but I figured give him another inning out there. Get him through the 7th. Cervelli, he's doing pretty well. Tanaka, all things considered. Against a righty, 6-5, 1-6 home run. This chance has come up yet again, but he's a weak hitter against righties, so weak power hitter. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. 1 out. The master of control, Archimedes Caminero. Well, he didn't give up any walks, that's for sure. And he didn't hit anybody. 1-6, fly ball to center field. And Ellsbury gets that, and it'll be Sean Rodriguez. I forgot to denote him coming in there. I'll just need to remember that. So Rodriguez has not had an official at bat because he sacrificed, which scored the run against a righty. 5-4 catcher X. McCann 3-E2. 3-16. My dice box keeps moving over. 3-16. Foul out, and a 6 on the E2. And he makes the play. Foul out to McCann. And we will go to the bottom of the 7th. Tanaka, I don't know, might give him another inning here. Heck, why not? He's only faced 27. So Caminero, they're going to stick with him against Ellsbury. 5-9 against a lefty. Oh, goodness. Normal power against righties, so 1-7 home run. And Ellsbury, that's going to be a double. Caminero, he might not last this inning. Starlin Castro, 2-11. 2-11 ground ball to the pitcher B. Runner at second, pitcher B. Six. If hit the first or second, batter out, runners advance. Otherwise, batter out, runner holds. So probably should have that memorized by now, but Caminero is a plus with Cervelli together +2. 1 to 8 chance. Yeah, with this lead, doesn't seem right to try stealing. Here's Beltran with a runner at second. 2-9. Ground ball to first base. U3. Runner at second, first base. Yep. Runner advances. Just double checking, but wanted to be sure. So Teixeira with Ellsbury at third. 2-5 strikeout. Caminero gets through it. So we need to, well, I'm just preparing for him not pitching the bottom of the eighth here. So let's see. It's early in the season. They're gonna take Tanaka out. Who is up? It's gonna be Harrison. See, everybody's rested up. They're gonna give Kirby Yates a little work here. 7 innings pitched for Tanaka. I know, probably taking him out a little prematurely, but 6-12 could be a bit of a problem there, maybe. I don't know. We just probably better off bringing in Yates. Yates, he's not good at holding runners on, but if he can just keep from putting them on, then it won't be an issue, I guess. Let's see. New York, Yates is a 1. So, okay. Josh Harrison against Yates. 6-4 against a righty. That'll be a fly ball to center. That's Ellsbury. 2-4. 2-1. That's going to be a single? I think that's a single. Nope, that's a double. Double for Harrison. Bad luck there. Gets it just deep enough in the hole that can't get to it. Matt Joyce now. Harrison at second base. 5-12 against a lefty. A walk. Boy. Didn't want to have to use Betances here. Or Miller. But Starling Marte. 1-4. Well, this may be time for Betances. 1-3 home run. It's going to be a double at least. That'll be a double. Joyce will hold up at third. In comes Harrison. Makes it, what's that, 11-4. And now a pinch hitter. And they will wait and decide. So who's going to hit against Yates? They will have Jung Ho Kong. #11 runner. And they're going to give Yates another shot here. You know, I could have tried to score Joyce, but why risk it at this point? They need a lot of runs still. Kong against Yates. Let me move this over just a little here. 5-6 against a righty. Strikes him out. That's one out. Andrew McCutchen. I'll go ahead and pitch to him here. 4-11 against a righty. Strikes him out. 2 outs. David Freese. And a leaner. So that's a 10. 6-10 against a righty. Ground ball to Gregorius. 1E16 unless it's an error. It's going to be the end of the inning. 1-2. Boy, they got lucky on that. No runner being held on there. Boy, that D20 there is rolling a little low today. That is a ground ball, and an 11 on the E16 is good. And only one run conceded there by Yates. 11-4. All right, so go back to the bullpen here for... They're going to bring in Neftali Feliz. Caminero pitched 2 innings, 9 hitters, +1. Feliz. He's a 1. All right, so we're going to the bottom of the 8th here. 11-4. Feliz will face Gregorius, McCann, and Headley. Against a lefty, 4-5. That's a strikeout. Brian McCann with 1 out. 3-6. 1-14 would put a dinger on the board. Add to their lead. It is long, and it is gone. That is a 10 home run for Brian McCann. 12-4. They take that run right back. Chase Headley. Against a lefty, 6-4. Ground ball to short. Jordy Mercer, 3E10. 3-18. And then the rare play. I think that's a G1. G1 rare play. Batter hits a ground ball, starts double play. The runner on... no, there's just a regular old ground ball. So, Aaron Hicks now. And I forgot to put this down here, P2. 5-3, batting from the left side. Ground ball to first. That is Sean Rodriguez now in the game. 2E8. 18-14. So it's first base, 8-14. No error. So we're going to go to the 9th inning. Make sure 10, 11, 12, 12-4. 8 runs needed, and Yankees will, let's see, what are they going to do? They will, they're going to go ahead and they're gonna double switch here. No reason to double switch other than just gonna. It's gonna be a defensive double switch here as much as anything. So I'm gonna put Ben Gamel into left field in the 9th. 14 runner Hicks. I guess I forgot to change. Hicks had been in left. He's gonna go to right field now. Where is my right field? Hicks to right field 2 -3. E2. Gamel in left 2 -1. E3. Could have put him in right field as well, but so he will take the pitcher spot. The pitcher will move into Beltran's spot. Beltran's going to come out of there. Get Mr. 5 range off the field, and it'll be Luis Sessa. He will pitch the 9th. I'm going to try to get him a little action here. 6 hitters for Yates. +1, +1, +2 on the hold, and Sessa. He's a 1 injury guy. So let's roll this out and see what happens. Cervelli. Trying to give those late inning relievers a little bit of a break here. Cervelli, 6'11". Lucky he's a 1 and not a 2. That would have been an injury roll for Sessa. Righty, 6'11", fly ball to left. Caught by Ben Gamel. 1 out. Later, Steve. I don't know when you said that, but Jordy Mercer, 3-3, and he pops it high to Gregorius, and that'll be 2 outs. I'm going to clean this up here. And Sean Rodriguez. They don't really have anybody else on their bench who can hit very well, so Rodriguez with 2 outs, 2-10. Ballpark single, 1-4. Otherwise, the game will be over. And it is snagged by Gregorius on the line drive. And that is it here from Yankee Stadium. The Yankees put up an impressive 12 runs to only 4 for the Pirates, and they draw themselves into what I believe to be a tie for the lead so far in the Tenacious Baseball League 2016. You had a big 4th inning from the Yankees. You have homers from Brian McCann, Chase Headley for the Yankees. For the Pirates, Matt Joyce with 1. So on a day where you had nice conditions for scoring and home runs, you didn't have too many, but still they found their hits there, the Yankees did. So I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to bother counting them up. So this was May 8th, the day after. The day after what it was supposed to be. I think this is 5 games now that I have to enter into Strat PC to collect everything. Geez, finally. Well, and anyway, the just to say, I'll say that it was good to see all of you. Good to see you, Espo. I hope you didn't feel like I was unhappy that you were pointing out some things. It's quite all right. I'll be the first to admit that my I don't always catch everything, and it's pretty tough. I'm kind of slow on it sometimes. This has gone 1 hour and 15. I think you were getting your games done in about a half hour. That's unfortunately my style, and it's also my situation with, you know, kids, etc., etc. It's just the way it goes. So, anyway, and just mention, I don't know if what am I saying? Espo. Have Atba and Espo sort of, I've kind of melded those together somehow. If he's still there, I hope you get a chance to get your game out here pretty soon if you haven't already. Whether you roll it online or not, it's I know the feeling if things are kind of busy and kind of tough to get the time. That's what I was actually chatting with baseball demos a little earlier, just trading a couple messages and saying that what I worry about for myself is like I just don't want to run out of gas, and I feel like when I take a break, it makes it tough to get back to doing it, and so that's why I keep kind of rolling, even though I try not to take too many and have too many days go between games, because if I do that, I'm afraid I'm going to stop, just because it's so easy to kind of get used to that. It's the inertia of it all. Not to draw everything back to science, but being a scientist, I kind of think in those terms at times, and that if you stay in motion, you will, or if you are in motion, you'll stay in motion, and if you're at rest, it can be really tough at times to get that guy back up and running again. So, and somehow I got my cards all flipped over. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, let's wrap this up here. I guess tonight I'm going to be doing some Strat PC stuff after the kids go to bed, try to get everything caught up. There are 2 other games on the schedule for May 8th. It'll be Game 3 of Miami and Oakland. And the Mets and the Tigers start their series at Comerica Park. So that's another one. I don't know how... I just don't know how many I'm going to be playing online. I don't... On one hand, I love doing it. On the other hand, I also feel like it... how many... The novelty... I just, I want games to feel right. It was a great day for a Yankees fan. Yes, it was. But, I want these to be fresh and novel, and I don't want to, beat the crap out of things, It's, and not to say that I'm beating the crap out of this, but, I don't want people to get, my whole point when I started this was to try and teach, and, the last video I did, which was sort of a tutorial, got some reviews that were kind of blah, so I don't know. I have to just, well, first off, I have to figure out, got to remember that Brett Gardner has an injury, and he's going to be out for a few games. I rolled 15, which is a 5-game injury for him, but I have to check his numbers and see if he can actually do that. But he did come out for this game, and we'll keep an eye on that and just see what else is going on. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody, for always showing up here. I can see that there are 12 people here on the channel. I know some of you have interacted, and I'm thankful for you guys for being a part of this. And feel free to, if you see something, I don't always catch it. I'm feeling like today I'm a little gassed for some reason, but I think it's partly because I slept in some on the weekend, and so this morning I was up early again, and eventually it gets you. But those of you who don't interact and just kind of like lurk back there and watch, I appreciate you guys being here too. So always realize that. Always feel like you have the opportunity to be a part of this and comment if you want. If you don't, that's great too. Subscribe to the channel here if you don't already. You'll get notified of every game when it gets played, whether it's Tabletop Earl or whether it's myself. We have a Facebook page, Tabletop Baseball. Go and check it out. We have lots of people posting on there now, and it's great. I mean, lots of questions. I've seen things about other games. I don't know much about the other games other than History Maker, which I have sitting right over there, and I have a league set up. I want to play with that, and I don't have time. It like frustrates me. I have so many things that I just seem neat, and I'm afraid I get started on something and I won't finish it. I have the Phillies replay, but that I need to get moving on at some point, and time is just a tough thing. Ryan, thanks for the comment. I really appreciate that. I love playing these games, and I just hope we keep going. So again, Tabletop Baseball on Facebook. Just search it, you'll find us. We'll approve you. Don't worry if it says you need to be approved. We got your back. We both post intermittently on Twitter, so you can find Tabletop Baseball with, I think, one L less. That is Tabletop Earl. I'm Tenacious Strat on Twitter, so you can find that there. Again, I'm sort of posting intermittently ever since switching over to this channel. I guess I've used that sort of on and off. Trying to think if there's anything else. I guess just I'll throw out there and mention, Baseball Demos is another great channel where you can see games. He just played a game earlier tonight. His name's David, and he plays all sorts of games. He plays, not just Stratomatic, not just History Maker, not just, he does Payoff Pitch, all sorts of other games. So check him out. And I do think his intentions are to eventually get back to doing sort of comparisons between games. Espo Strat Baseball Network, he was on here earlier. He might even be a Yankees fan for all I know, which this result would have made him happy. If he's a Mets fan, then maybe not so much. But in any regard, he's got videos there. His videos are a lot quicker than mine. He plays super advanced, and check out his videos. He's got a couple tutorials if you really want to get some good ins and outs of the super advanced game. I'll mention the Statistician. He was the one who gave me the envelopes. Very much appreciated. His name is Richard. If you are interested in purchasing envelopes such as these, I'm sure he would be willing to help you out with those. I believe his address is thestatistician.blogspot.com. But like I said, either leave a comment or email me, tenaciousstrat@gmail.com, if you would like more information on how to get those. I'm just trying to help the guy out. Some other video places that are out there for this. I guess there's, I can't remember his name. Well, let me go with the ones I can remember. Phantomatic. He hasn't put out too many videos lately, but he is out there. He was doing some different things, some different projects. Had some ideas that were pretty good, and life gets in the way sometimes. Stratomatic Delaware, I think he's probably the same thing if you search on him. He's got some tutorials. Dave S. has tutorials on the hockey game. I'm hoping that maybe our channel here eventually can maybe even get some stuff that's not exactly baseball going. Just some other sports. Make it. I think we had talked about changing the name of it to something a little less, or just indicating a little more than what we're doing. But we'll let you know about that if that comes about. But Dave S. is an account that's out there that if you like hockey, He's got some tutorials for that. Get you in the game and get you learning how to play that. And I'm probably forgetting somebody. If I am, let me think. RNGIDP, I'll mention him as well. Friend of mine. Can't believe I forgot, but I'm in a couple leagues with him, a couple fantasy baseball leagues with him. He's got a specialized project where he has randomized all the players, and so he's created specific teams. So you can see him on Twitter. He's got an account, RNGIDP, his YouTube account. He plays about a game a week on the YouTuber. So check him out. So anyway, I think that's just about it. Of course, I guess I would be remiss not to mention Stratomatic.com. If you are new to this game and have never played it, if you're just finding this for the first time, if you're watching this after the fact, so I tend to address the people who are here commenting live. If you are seeing this for the first time and are interested and you're catching the very end of this video, Henry Berta as well. Henry Berta, a young man who's doing some stuff. I think he's doing some home run derbies recently. But in any case, if you're new to this and you're interested, Stratomatic.com is a great place to start. Hi, Utah Mike. Also, Utah Mike, another Mr. Utah Mike. He has a channel where he has done some update videos and things like that. So, but I think he's doing mostly PC sim. So that may be your cup of tea. And so, but Stratomatic.com, you can pick up the game, the cards, the dice. You can get the combo of the PC plus the cards and dice. If you get the PC game, get the card image. That's how I get a card like this, which they do not make. If you can read it there, Johnny Barbado. They do not print a card for him. I'm not holding it very steady. They do not print a card for him, but if you have the PC game plus card image, you can enable where you can see the card, you can screen cap it and print it out for yourself, and you can use it in your cards and dice. So, I also recommend for those who have been playing for a while, and I guess if you have the money, I would recommend it for someone new. When you get the cards, get the full set, including additional players. They will come in handy if you want to do a project like this. You can do one without it, but I'm just saying it comes in handy. So, all right, I'm going to sign out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Strat on, and see you next time.